Police Minister Khayelitsha and the National Police Commissioner Fani Masemula have participated in the Khayelitsha Crime Summit today. The area has a high crime rate and records higher murder rates than the national average. Almost 45 million rand now allocated to fighting crime in the Western Cape. eNCA's Lindsay Dentlinger joins us now with the latest on the story. Lindsay, good afternoon and thank you very much for your time. I see the Khayelitsha community on this Youth Day hosted this crime summit at which the Police Minister and the National Police Commission, among other officials, were present. What are they really trying to achieve? Because I understand that the Khayelitsha Development Forum was behind this initiative.
They were indeed behind the initiative, Dan, and the problems are just so many. They broke into several groups today to thrash out all the problems and hopefully come up with some form of solutions and recommendations that can be implemented to help bring down that high crime rate. But as I said, so many issues put on the table, and this being Youth Day, the youth in particular who were present at the summit telling the police commissioner that they feel sad and scared, and that is because not only do they not have the opportunities that they wish they did on this Youth Day, it's many young people who are in fact behind crime in the area, and for lack of alternative opportunities and other challenges that they're facing. So really a double-edged sword between trying to stem crime, trying to get the youth involved in other opportunities, but the Khayelitsha Development Forum saying it might be very easy to divert the youth to sport or other community type activities, but the reality is that those facilities and those opportunities don't exist for people in a growing area like Khayelitsha, and so many of them resort to crime. We know that the prisons are filled with young people, and the community also saying they're just really fed up that those who are suspected of being behind mass shootings just get bail of under 1,000 rand. And so it's a really broken system throughout, not just policing, not just the criminal justice system, but also so many societal issues at play that are giving rise to the criminal activity that just ever increases in the area. But here's one of those young people addressing leaders today about exactly how the youth are feeling on this Youth Day when it comes to crime in their community.
A lack of opportunities, it's one of the things that we think it's a major contributor to these things, because some of these people that are committing these crimes are not uneducated people. They are educated, but what happens after getting all the education, when there are no opportunities, obviously they will try and make means of living, and they resort to these kind of things that they're doing, you see, that are illegal. That's why we are here trying to speak to the stakeholders, trying to engage and put to whoever that is in power a voice, a united voice from young people to say what do we think as young people should be done in making sure that we remedy the situation, and we are calling upon government departments to make sure that opportunities are there for young people, so then they do not find themselves in situations like this where you have to resort in doing something illegal for you to get bread maybe on the table.
Yeah, the youth are sad and scared, and I saw you earlier today as well, Lindsay, talking to some of the young people there about the challenges, including that young man now, that whose bite you've just played, in terms of some of them turning to crime as a way to survive. But I just wonder what the police's top brass have, how they've responded to this plea. It sounds like a plea to me. We're sad and scared.
Well, the police minister responding directly to that quotation of Ndibulele Wababa telling the summit that they were scared, and saying that it's just not just a matter about the police. It's a moral regeneration issue. It's a societal issue that all the churches and all those need to really go back to basics and remind young people what the youth are of 1976 really fought for, and it certainly wasn't the kind of community that they live in today. And Becky Cele is saying that these recommendations, deadlines will be put to implementing it, but it won't just be down to the police to bring their part. It will really be down to community members. They too need to step up to the plate to report crime where it happens. There's lots of reporting of extortions and gangs, but the reality is the police say that these cases are not reported, and so how do the police go after them? We saw today more resources being ploughed into that community, 10 new vehicles, each with a dedicated cell phone number so that community members can call directly and hopefully receive a quicker response to their call. But then, Dan, we also heard from community policing forums and neighbourhood watchers saying they work for nothing, they work for free, they don't want to be beggars, but they really just need very basic levels of support, like the right gear to wear on their patrols, a little bit of airtime so that they can help report crime when community members come to them. And so really a myriad issues to deal with there in Khayelitsha. But the police minister saying he's very sad that on a day like today, that is how the youth are feeling in that community. Here's Becky Cele speaking on the sidelines of that summit.
They said they are scared. When the young people are scared, it's a scary situation. They should be free, they should be out there, they should be playing, they should be enjoying their young age. One thing that one should warn is that you never reverse, you never go back to your young age. So you'll have to enjoy it. So if the circumstances and situation does not allow them to do, is a serious indictment to all of us to make sure that we fix it. Unfortunately, if I take you to Polsmoor or any other correctional service, they are full of young people. Not only that, the cemeteries are full of young people. Most of the people that we pick up here dead with this mask will be the years, most of them are less than 40. They'll start from 18 to 35 and all. That's a situation that must be changed. Youth of 1976 did not fight for the thriving of crime and criminality and criminals. They thrive for the better life, and this is not it.
That's Minister Becky Cele. Lindsay, very briefly, was it a day's event? I mean, it's done for today, or does the KDF plan to have more similar type of workshops into the future to address the Khayelitsha situation? Very briefly.
Well, some officials from the civilian secretariat were saying, who are really organising this event on behalf of the KDF, saying that this should really have been a 3-day summit. There are just so many issues on the table. As I said, they were breaking away in groups, each of them to discuss and thrash out these issues with the facilitator. But Dan, it's only a 1-day event, so they started really, really early this morning, 7 o'clock, to try to get through as much as they possibly can for the day.
Thank you very much, Lindsay Tentlinger, there on the ground in Cape Town about the Khayelitsha Crime Summit that took place today.